Hey there, everyone. It is Steven Schleicher. Thank you so much for checking out the show this week. And I just want to say thank you for all the kind words everyone sent last week as Major Spoilers celebrated its 14th anniversary, 14 years of Major Spoilers. What are we at? 10 years of the Critical Hit podcast. And oh man, I am looking forward to the next 14 years. And here's where you can help us out. If you've enjoyed all 561 episodes of the Critical Hit podcast, we want to continue to make this show far into the future. We want to continue the Major Spoilers podcast, the Dueling Review podcast, Legion Clubhouse, Top 5. The list goes on and on and on. Quite frankly, I've forgotten how many shows we produce each week. We do so many of them. So what we would like to do is get some more patrons over at patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Now, I know during this time, money might be tight for some of you, but with so many listeners out there, if just half of you could find it in your hearts to support Major Spoilers at the $5 a month level, we would be able to do so much more. I can tell you, here are some things that I would like to do with some increased pledges. Number one, hire an editor so we can get more of those Munchkin Land video game episodes out for our Major Spoilers video channel over on YouTube. Also to edit some of these podcasts so that we can get them out sooner to you and more often. I would also like to get our shows streaming, more of our shows streaming on our Twitch channel. Already we have Finally Friday and the Lunchtime Game Time streams over at twitch.tv/Major Spoilers. But we can bring that Dueling Review podcast live on Thursday nights. We can bring the Major Spoilers podcast to you live on Tuesday nights. All of this with your help. We want to grow Major Spoilers. We want to take it to the next level in the next year for Major Spoilers. So this time next year, we're kicking back. Everybody's having good times because the horror days are over. And we can say, hey, look where we have come in the last year because of support from fine patrons like our listeners. Maybe it can be you. Here's what I would like for you to do. If you can, that would be great. If you can contribute, that would be awesome. If you can't, I totally understand. But if you would, point your browser to patreon.com/Major Spoilers, patreon.com/Major Spoilers, and just look at all the things that you can have access to the instant you become a patron. Access to this episode, to this show a week early. And you could be listening to next week's episode right now. Yeah, think about that. Also, access to exclusive shows that you'll only find at our Patreon page, as well as a bunch of exclusive content that you can only find at patreon.com/Major Spoilers. So please, again, do us a favor. Do me a favor, do Matthew a favor, Rodrigo a favor, Sam a favor, Rob a favor, Brian a favor, everyone else a favor. There's so many people that work at Major Spoilers to bring this to you for 14 years. Patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Go check it out. And I hope to see a whole bunch of you become new patrons in the weeks ahead. Thanks so much. Also, this episode is being brought to you this week by Harry's. Oh man, have you checked out Harry's at Harry's on Twitter or the at Harry's on Instagram, or even use the hashtag Harry's whenever you want to talk about the close, comfortable shave that you're going to get when you use a razor from Harry's.com. Listen, I've been using the Harry's razors for years. I know if you've seen me on Finally Friday, you know parts of my beard are just growing out of control. But you know, I still have to shave on the neck, under the beard, all around. Got to keep it looking neat and clean. And I'm doing that thanks to the finely crafted precision blades from our friends at Harry's, Harry's.com. Now, I know right now we are looking at maybe some tough times, but if you switched to Harry's razors right now, how much would you save in 1 year by switching to Harry's? Well, you could buy 26 cups of coffee in New York City. You could buy 3 deep dish pizza dinners in Chicago. You would have enough to pay 6 months of your Netflix subscriptions. How can all this be made possible? Simply by switching to Harry's razors. Harry's delivers high-quality razor blades at as low as $2 each at a fraction of the price of the leading brand, and they save you hundreds of dollars over time. So imagine that. A year from now, you could sit there and go, I'm sure hungry for 3 deep dish pizzas. Thanks to Harry's, I've got the money to get all 3 of them right now. Or you should probably spread them out a little bit, but you get the point, right? Here's the thing. If you haven't bought in to what I've been saying about how great the Harry's razors are over these last couple of years, you can get a Harry's trial set delivered to your doorstep by going to harrys.com harrys.com/critical hit. It's a return to the essentials. Quality, durable blades at a fair price, $2 per blade. They cut out that middleman. They manufacture their blades in their German blade factory. Man, a German blade factory. Who hasn't in their life wanted to sit there and go, man, I wish I could own a German blade factory? Well, the founders of Harry's thought that and made it happen, and now they're giving you those prices, $2 per blade. Super convenient. Blade refills are delivered directly to your door on your schedule with or without a subscription. And they've got you covered. You get the blades, the hair care, the shower gel products. You can get them all at harrys.com. I've been using the shower gel stuff. Really good. Some people like the hair care products. Those are really good as well. Here's the other thing. When you switch over to Harry's razors, 1% of the proceeds are set aside for nonprofit organizations devoted to helping provide access to better mental health care for men and veterans. And to help support those who need it right now, Harry's is donating $1 million worth of shaving supplies to hospitals across the U.S. Now, listeners, you can redeem your Harry's trial set at harrys.com/critical hit, and you can get the weighted ergonomic handle with a firm grip, the 5-blade razor with lubricating strip and a trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel to keep your skin really hydrated with all the aloe that's inside, and you get a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and safe to grab if you decide to go out. So, what are you waiting for? Go to harrys.com/critical hit, start shaving, and start saving for those 3 deep dish pizzas today. Thank you, Harry's, for supporting and sponsoring Major Spoilers all these years. You guys are awesome. Now, here is this week's episode. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Rodrigo, we've got some things to do.
Yeah.
Some stuff and junk.
So last time
on Critical Hit,
you guys had found yourselves in a bit of a fight club.
No. We can't talk about that.
Octagon.
We can't talk about that.
So what happened?
We kicked some butt.
Yeah, we killed the heck out of a gift guy.
And we got Coralon back. Well, kind of.
Got a crystal containing Coralon?
Yeah.
Crystal full of Coralon.
But don't know how to get him out of said crystal.
We need a keytar.
Why do we need a keytar?
Because it's a magical instrument.
Don't we need a keytar?
Yeah. So that's what happened last time.
On Critical Hit.
That sounds right.
Does it?
I mean, mostly. Okay, so yes, you guys find yourselves in this alley type area. Like I said, it's sort of like the back alley around some businesses and residences. And there used to be like 30 Gith around here, but after you guys beat up their boss and decapitated him, they all took off running.
Well, I'm going to guess that they're going to know we're here pretty soon.
Yeah, why don't we try to keep jumbling back to where the prison was and go from there?
Yeah.
I guess, yes. We need to get to that prison, however it's situated on this map and time.
The streets are not following the rules.
Well, they're following presumably rules, just not rules that make much sense to us.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take a short rest first?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Or presumably move somewhere else and take a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah, duck into somewhere that we can hide for a bit. Spend some healing surges.
Calculating.
I'm going to spend 2 healing surges.
Okay.
I'm also going to spend 2 healing surges.
And who's wanting to donate?
I will also spend 2, and I can donate 1.
I should be able to donate a couple, 3.
Did I even get a second round last time?
On Critical Hit?
Well, we ended on the second round of combat, so if you were slow, it's possible that you didn't.
I was pretty slow. I don't think I did, because I'm pretty sure I only used 1 healing infusion.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think you were after me, and I
After everybody,
You ended it.
crushed in his skull, I ended it. So yeah, I'm going to have to do 3 healing surges, and I should be able to donate at least 2 or 3. So however many we need.
How many surges do you have?
12.
Just take one from, because you only need one right now, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, just take one from me.
Will do.
Because that'll put me at 11 total.
Okay. Sweet.
After spending the 2.
All right. You guys, anything else while we're here?
Encounter powers would reset if anybody had that, but not dailies, so I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
I think I'll go ahead and spend 2 just to top off. That's some overflow.
All right. So you guys spend some time resting. Just a quick 5 minutes to catch your breath, and then try to head back the way you came.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whoever feels that they're decent at it, give me a streetwise check.
I am very decent at that, so.
Not it.
35.
43.
When you start heading back the way you guys came, you notice that it's different now.
Oh, no.
Like the buildings.
That tracks.
Like, you can cross into a different district, but it's not the district you came from.
Is it a district that seems to help us in our quest to get closer to the prison?
Or even to the lighthouse.
Yeah, to the prison, who knows? To the lighthouse, yeah, you can see it. If you actually cross into the district, you can see that you're actually getting closer.
Well,
Did we have any way to
our primary goal is
identify?
actually a lighthouse, we might want to just abandon this prison break idea.
Did we have any way to identify the prison other than just it's gonna be here?
No,
they told you
in
what kind
fact,
of building it was, but
Yeah, because it was like a warehouse, right, that was converted.
Any prison-looking warehouses around?
no. This appears to be a primarily residential area.
All right. So, what do we lose if we don't go to the prison?
I mean, potentially an ally and some information, but we are also potentially losing a lot of time if we try to keep navigating.
Agreed. So, is it worth the non-loss of time to not have a possible ally?
I mean, considering that it wasn't an ally that we knew about when we came here, and it was just an ally that we were given information about based on the first random house that we went into, I'm going to go with the time.
Did we even get a name?
Not that I remember.
It's like red herring or something.
All right. So what's the plan now?
Find a Keytar, get Coralon to start wrecking some stuff.
I think we're going to start trying to make our way towards the watchtower and see if we can find a god to stab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any
if we
will
happen
do,
to find
really.
a jail warehouse on the way there, then take it down.
Is there any rhyme or pattern to these districts moving around?
None that you can discern from your so far erratic movements. You guys can give me a nature check.
Hey, I'm good at those.
Me too, sort of.
I think I
Yeah,
also
but you
fall into
always
sort of
say
category.
Gotta find my
36.
44
Okay.
with a nat 20.
Right.
Oh, well, show off.
I think I'll just let Kat take care of this.
Yeah, that's fine if we just want to go with that. Ket can figure out that so far, at least, it looks like when you look at the lighthouse that say you guys were moving east, and then even though the lighthouse was in a different position, your movement relative to the previous direction of the lighthouse hasn't changed. Meaning, when you cross, say, for example, the eastern boundary of a district, you appear in the western boundary of the next district. That is to say, at least you don't walk into a district and then find yourself walking north-south instead of the direction, like instead of east-west, like you were going.
So we
It's kind
got
of like being in a side scroller.
or a Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yes, except it's like a different place every time, at least so far.
Ooh.
So we can more or less head towards the lighthouse, and it doesn't matter what districts we go through. But we're not going to be able to go back towards the same districts necessarily.
You don't
But
know
we will
that.
be able to go
Like,
the
you,
same
you,
direction.
you don't have enough information to go to other districts, right? Or to backtrack. You don't know how this works yet. So there is always the lighthouse. So if you just institute a policy of let's always move towards the lighthouse, even if you get farther away from the lighthouse, eventually you'll probably jump to a district that's closer.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, right now we just need to kind of get more information to figure out a quicker way to navigate this place, but we can always go towards the lighthouse. So
Yeah.
How many districts are there? Do we have any idea?
I don't think so. You guys didn't have a
No, we
lot
have
of
no idea.
information about the civic landscape of this place.
Do the districts seem to be roughly equivocal in size, or are they just whatever?
You guys have not spent
we don't
enough
have-
time crossing districts to be able to tell if they're different sizes.
Well,
So we don't know.
maybe just keep track of the map and see if anything lines up as we travel, and if so, maybe we can get our bearings again.
Okay. I have a stupid D&D rules question, Rodrigo.
Okay.
So, if Cat rolls a nat 20
Mm-hmm.
and Sakar rolls a non-nat 20 that is higher, does the nat 20, is that like automatic success even if the other number, comparatively speaking, or are they pretty much the same thing?
All right, let's break it down.
Okay.
So, step one.
Yes.
In 4th edition, and actually I believe in both 3rd and 5th edition, there are no nat 20s as far as skills. This is a house rule. So me basically granting you automatic success on a nat 20 is a house rule.
Right.
You can, I think, same thing with a botch, like an automatic failure on a nat 1. The only place where that actually exists is combat. So if you make an attack roll, if you roll a nat 1, you fail. If you roll a nat 20, you succeed and get the crit. So that's 1. 2, in roles where there is where there are degrees of success, the degrees are usually preset, right? So I might be like with we're epic level, so with a 30 you learn this, with a 35 you learn this, with a 50 you learn this. If that is the case, then yes, comparing the roles would be the way. So for example, if you got, if Rob is rolling a skill that he's not very good at, but he gets a nat 20, and that puts him like below the first notch, I would probably just give him the first notch. Whereas regardless of what you roll, if you pass through 1, 2, or all 3 notches, you get all that information. So lastly, if there are not degrees of success, then everybody who passes through that wins. So everybody who, if I said, the difficulty is 39, and everybody who got 39 or more would get that information, which usually just means me saying it out loud, assuming that everybody is there. If for some reason there's a competition, then opposed roles would probably be something that happens, but D&D very rarely calls for opposed roles. It tends to be kind of 2 people rolling against the difficulty, unless it is like very, very, unless it's kind of like a non-combat situation where like 2 people are competing very directly with each other.
Cool.
So hopefully that clears it up. Basically what happened here is anybody who got above a certain number gets it, but since Rob got a house ruled automatic success, I just gave it to him.
That's cool. I just wanted to know if it made a difference in the mechanics of it.
Not really. I also, I might have additional information or whatever that I might throw in, but if I don't have additional information that I feel is relevant, you'll just get the baseline information as long as you hit the target, or you have a terrible score and roll an nat 20. So you guys are traveling into this district towards the lighthouse. The architecture is different. It's kind of these blocky stone buildings, some of which have these wooden sky bridges between them. But after a couple blocks in, you guys start noticing that some of the doors have been broken. And there are also just some buildings just have big holes torn into them.
Huh.
That can't be great.
Yeah. Can we tell kind of what made the holes / the doors broken and how recently this happened?
Yeah. You go inspect the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the holes are probably about usually no more than about 6 feet in diameter. And once you get close to them, you can pretty much tell that these holes have been torn, quote unquote, manually. Basically, there are claw marks at the edges of the holes. And since you're inspecting the hole, it's kind of impossible to not peek into the house. And in this particular one that you're seeing, you spot the corpse of a halfling inside.
Claw marks?
Yeah. Like Asmodeus claw marks, or
Slod claw marks, or and does the corpse of the halfling look like it was clawed?
You go in and inspect the corpse?
Yeah.
Okay. It does have a big gash across the neck, but it actually looks like it froze to death.
Froze to death.
Also, Waypoint, the principal inhabitants are halflings?
Yeah.
So far, you have only run into halflings and Gith.
Okay. I just assumed the Gith are the invading force, so.
Sure. Yeah, definitely the Gith did not give the impression that they lived there. They're very clearly a mobile force.
Froze to death in fear, or froze to death from...
froze to death from the cold. Basically,
he's a block of ice.
Once you forensic it, this is pretty clearly, it looks like somebody slashed out this halfling's throat, then immediately stuck it in a freezer, and then took it out and laid it here, and has been thawing and decomposing slowly.
After Orm inspects the halfling, he stands up and says, "Well, this is an icy reception." Puts on his glasses.
Yeah! Do any of you guys know, is there a type of, I don't know, creature or spell or something like that has ice claws?
Would I know anything along those lines?
Sure. What catalog would you like to look down?
I'll use some Arcana to see if there's anything that I can pick up, any trace magics that I might be able to determine what has happened here.
Okay.
And I roll a 33, not very high.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty sure that this thing was magically flash frozen. This person. But other than that, there's not much you can tell.
Can I try a religion and see if that?
Sure.
52.
Well, there are lots of things that are very cold or icy. Probably most obviously your ice demons, your Gelugon types or devils rather, would be the most likely culprit. Although those guys are bug-looking guys and they tend to fight with weaponry. But they probably have claws.
Is there anything that we've encountered in any of our previous excursions that Asmodeus would be aware of that might be the cause of this? I mean, I know we've gone to the Fen of Winters before. Does this look like one of the golden kind or golden kind?
Well, the golden kind are allergic to the cold,
Oh,
so
yeah, that's
presumably
right.
not.
Is there, just looking around, I mean, you said that it looked like something busted out of here. Was like there, I don't know, a pen or a cage or
I
something
didn't
that might
say
have been
something busted out of here. I said there was a hole in the wall.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Does
Does
it
the
look
hole
like
look like
the-
it was also made from like those same claws?
Yes.
Okay.
And now that you're looking at it, most of the debris points to something have clawed its way in.
All right, other way around. Can we find any like tracks from where this clawed thing went, or even what kind of feet it might have?
There is surprisingly not really any tracks. I mean, if you start really forensicing it, there's like signs of a struggle, but the other thing was either flying or it supernaturally is able to hide its presence or its tracks or something. Other than basically when it purposefully damaged something, there really doesn't seem to be much here.
Could it be some kind of dragon?
Or a gaunt or a specter or something like that? I'm wondering why it would bust in, if this was someone that was resistance, or if this was a random thing, or if...
Yeah, is there any like blood and gore? Like it looks like, he like something got eaten or something got, tossed or...
Nope. It just looks like this person, there was a brief struggle and then this person got killed.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah.
It's very
I'll search the person just to see if there's any like identification on him that might hint to why he was targeted.
Nope. Maybe a small coin purse, but nothing, no like badges or anything like that.
Well, let's move on and keep alert for whatever this is.
And we see a lot of houses that are damaged this way?
You see several houses that are damaged this way where you are.
In a line or random or
I mean,
pattern?
like down the street, yeah.
Okay.
Are there more corpses and more houses?
You guys step outside and start looking?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You guys go down the street a ways and start looking, and yes, in fact, you find a few corpses just on the street with like very similar deals, slashed at the throat or the gut or something, and then are, thawed out.
You think a nature check might give us any information?
Maybe.
Shot.
Beats working for a living. 49.
Okay.
Nice.
All of the things that would have to happen for this to happen non-magically, that is to say, for this to be some sort of natural animal type creature to do this, are stratospherical. Like, this is clearly not any sort of normal animal. As far as, could this be some sort of magical beastie? Yeah. There's lots of, like there's like elementals, there's like all kinds of creatures, and some of these creatures manifest in different ways when they manifest. So it's hard to tell what exactly did this. There's nothing obvious. It's not like nobody is turned to stone and has like scrawled onto a piece of wood, "Beware the cockatrice." So
The ravenous blood bladder beast of Arg.
Yep. So there, it's like clearly some sort of monster did this, but there's nothing about it that is immediately obvious. Although now that Sakar looks at it, maybe he has seen those types of claws before.
These look familiar, but why?
Well,
Sakar can like open up his like leather armor and start like making like comparisons to his scars.
No,
Not that one.
not a trebuchet. No, not a
Well,
Not a-
yes, after some, yes, not getting hit by a trebuchet, definitely. After some comparison, Sakar settles on they look like the claws manifested by those undead goop creatures.
Oh, the specters?
Mhm. But they're smaller. Like their hands appear smaller.
Oh, specter versions of
no.
halflings, maybe?
Maybe.
Spectre babies, they'll make your dreams come true as long as you're nightmares. I'll
That's
make sure
terrible.
to share this information with everyone.
Well, that tracks. It makes sense that we were warned that specters would be here, and they might be trying to make more specters, which would explain why there's just a body that's been left there. They would just need to kill them and then animate the spirit.
Oh, well, that's fun. Well, yeah, let's continue and be on our guard, like was said.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We have a better idea of perhaps what to watch for.
Yeah.
We should probably watch for any of the forces that we've faced since the takeover.
Last fight was where I was a Viking and Sakar was a Viking. The next fight is like incorporeal undead, nerds to your knives.
That sucks. Corporeal stupidity.
All right, so you guys continue down the street, watching
down the boulevard.
for ghosties.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and also for shifts in our relative position.
Okay.
Is it obvious when we're crossing from one district to another? I mean, is it?
It's
very
really
clearly a thing?
obnoxiously not. It's very seamless. Like you have to like really keep an eye on like the architecture and civil engineering of the place to be able to tell it all. You know, it's like when you're in your neighborhood, you like most of us don't pay attention to the fact that like a house, like the style of houses might change until you see a few, and then you're like, hey, the style of houses, like these houses are bigger, or these houses are like, I don't know, modern or rococo, who knows?
Freaky townhouses.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a weird thing to have to watch out for, and it is in fact, if you're not watching out for it, completely seamless. Like it's not until you like look up and look at the tower, which has sort of moved. And in fact, if you're just walking and not paying attention to, say, for example, what cardinal direction you're moving in, then you wouldn't be able to tell at all, right? If you have no point of reference, then you can just transport yourself to the other end of the island and just be like, me.
Great.
Oh boy.
So definitely assigning a person to like a cobblestone duty probably wouldn't be a crazy thing to do.
Well, I'll volunteer for that since I got decent both perception and streetwise. So
Good call.
All right.
We can all watch out for whites and goblins and whatever those things are.
So you guys continue for a while, and sure enough, you spot more and more houses that have been torn in that way, and more corpses. And you guys also begin to hear noises, which definitely sound like growls and whispers and moans and things like that. Yeah, pretty much.
Shall we try to avoid that?
That's probably the best call.
Yep.
Certainly.
Which way is the Hardee's?
Sir, this is Wendy's.
All right. So you guys continue to travel while trying to maintain your general heading, watching the cobblestones, and trying to move away from any spooky noises.
Yeah.
Which is a lot to keep track of. And after a little while, you guys find yourselves in what probably was some sort of town center kind of place. There's the remains of some bulletin boards, like a bit of a dais, a fountain, but all of the buildings around here, which were probably very heavily populated, have been almost torn to rubble. Like, a lot of them are still standing, but they have just huge chunks of them missing.
That's
Unnerving.
Unsettling.
promising.
Do the chunks missing also look like they were maybe done by the specters or something else?
Yeah, they, if you pick up a chunk of building that's near you, and there are plenty, when you look around it or look at it from different angles, it's pretty clear that, it has like big claw marks, or rather little claw marks.
Mm.
Well, this is bad. I guess the fact that the bodies are this recent means that they must have been adding to their ranks probably to arm up ahead of deploying, or possibly to arm up to maintain a undead force here.
Seems likely.
You guys hear a noise from immediately behind you, and when you look over, you spot a creature. It is about 4 feet tall, appears to be mostly some sort of membrane full of a dark fluid, but you do see some bones kind of press against the membrane as it ambles towards you. At around the same time, the fountain kicks up, but instead of water, a dark, smoky
gross
substance begins to flow out, and to fill the plaza with a creepy smoke, out of which some more of these critters come out. Let's roll initiative.
I knew it. I knew it was sword time.
Ew.
Sword time for swords.
And I don't want to fight incorporeal undead.
Well, it's too bad.
I'm not very good at that.
Um,
Oh, and there's a lot of them. No.
That is not right. Never mind.
Ket.
that was weird. I have not been able to roll yet. My Chrome decided to stop cooperating with me until I minimized it.
Stupid.
We'll come back around to you. Little Sparkle.
38.
Okay. Or
43.
Randis.
32.
Sakar.
22.
And Ket.
Somehow not last. 23.
All right.
I was very distracted by the bones inside that fluid membrane.
Mm-hmm. It's creepy.
I didn't even notice that fountain until now.
Wait, there's a
Okay.
fountain?
What?
All right. So you guys can see the battlefield, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. This up here is the fountain. Each of these critters are these little short wraiths, specter type guys. The light blue stuff here, that's the buildings. It's, impassable terrain. You guys are over here. What else?
Are the buildings tall enough to leap up onto or anything silly like that?
Not really. Or rather, the remnants are building enough that they would be like too tall to jump onto. Certainly, if you'd like to describe jumping onto the remnants of a building as part of some other action, that would certainly be allowed. But yeah, none of this. There really isn't any significant terrain features other than the walls, at least not that you can see from here.
And where's the big slime monster guy?
The one that you guys just saw is over here.
Ah, okay.
But they are walls. It's not.
The blue stuff are walls, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
that is important distinction for wall walkers.
If you really, it's like this building probably used to like come out to here or something, and then this hole used to be like part of a thing, but it's now crumbled. But yeah, you can definitely treat them as walls. All right.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
I think so.
Yep.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Sure.
How many of these guys do you want to take on at once?
all of them.
Oh, you're gonna put a wall up?
Yeah.
I mean,
What direction is the tower? Or is the lighthouse?
The tower is over here.
yeah.
Of course it is.
Well, you could still put it up like right behind Sakar, and then like we can deal with the 3 close to us.
Oh, you just want to deal
for-
with the 3 because I was thinking 5, but
What do you mean
Kind
5?
of split the difference.
In between that first rank.
I can. Let's see. I can draw a wall right there.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Sure.
Okay. Force wall. Poosh. Right there.
Oh, at the top on your turn.
Yep.
All right. What else?
Then I'm going to use a minor action to this guy right here. I'm going to magic missile him for, I believe my magic missiles are now 15. Let me double check. 17 force damage.
Okay. You shoot a magic missile at that guy, and it just pops and dissolves into goop.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Oh, minions. Interesting.
What else?
That's it.
Okay. The fountain will gurgle, and a wraith will appear at it.
Got to deal with the fountain.
Yeah, I got to deal
guess.
with the fountain.
All right,
That's
mess
fine.
up.
That's fine.
Wraith 1 will move over here and attack Orem.
No.
Take 30 necrotic and cold damage.
Let's see if I have a thing with necrotic. No. Okay, 30 damage, you say?
Mhm.
All right, I will take 30 damage.
And that'll take us to Little Sparkle.
I'm gonna use dazing double shot to basically chuck one dagger, a dagger at Wraith 3. It comes back to my hand, and then I go immediately and chuck it at Wraith 4. So let me roll that. And I've got combat advantage against both of them. 48 to hit.
48 will hit both of them.
I assume. Are they both also minions?
3 and 4, you said?
Yep.
Okay, what else?
Then I'm just gonna go ahead and move up to the wall, and
You don't want to
wait
be right at the wall because when that explodes, you'll take some damage.
Do you have a attack with a minor action at all?
No. I
You don't?
used to,
Okay.
but I got rid of it.
Ah.
Let me see if I've got anything else. Nope, that's what I basically got. So I'll move to be near the wall.
Okay, it's going to take us to B Wraith, who will come around and park itself here and take a swing at Randus for 30 cold and necrotic.
I can't quite do anything with that necrotic, so 30 it is.
Okay.
So, in order to dampen this, you would have to have resistances to both,
Yes.
but they wouldn't stack.
No, you actually use the lower of the 2.
Okay.
Takes us to Wraith 2, which is all the way over here. So it is going to move up to the wall and claw at it.
Okay.
Yep. So it'll deal 90 damage to it.
All right, so 110 damage left.
Okay. And that'll take us to Randus.
Okay. I guess I got this. Well, I guess first of all, I'm going to roll my Keeper's Prescience.
Okay.
4. Okay. Just get that out of the way.
That stops a crit fail.
I guess, I might as well go ahead and try my, as a move, or maybe I can do this as a minor. What is it?
Can you knowledge check the fountain, maybe? See if we need to shut that down, if it'll stop it?
Probably try that. But yeah, I guess first of all, as a minor action, I'll go ahead and do my Trick of knowledge. So I'm going to roll an Arcana and see what kind of bonuses I can eke out of that.
That's an encounter.
Yeah, 58, which allows me to pick 3 benefits. So I'll go ahead with the +2 to all defenses, +2 bonus to attack rolls with arcane powers, and +5 bonus to saving throws.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and try to punch this guy who's in front of me with a magic weapon using my fisty fists. Let's see. Nope. Well, 35 versus AC?
That is not going to hit.
Yeah. 30. Too late to say 36. I have a 4.
Oh. Also now.
No, okay. Don't see any better reason to not use it. So, yeah. And so I guess I'll just whip with that. And I guess as I'm kind of nervously facing this thing, I'll kind of eyeball the fountain and see if there's anything I can figure out on how to shut that down.
Okay. You can spend a minor action scrutinizing the fountain, which, since you didn't move, you have, right?
Yep.
Okay. So once you spend a little bit of time looking at the fountain, you figure out that it can be shut down. It is going to require 3 rolls. It'll require a religion check, an arcana check, and a thievery check. And you have to be adjacent to it to shut it down.
In that order?
Nope, it can be in any order.
And adjacent is anywhere near that circle?
You can be, so this itself, these 4 squares are the fountain.
Okay.
So you have to be in this square or this square or whatever.
Okay.
Is the check a minor action, standard action?
It's a standard action.
Okay. Might be a good use of action point.
That would be a good time to have some area burst effects.
Yeah. I mean, I assume this wall still blocks us?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, I'm just going to end my turn.
Okay. That'll take us to a new Wraith 3, which will spawn here. And then Sea Wraith will move over here and will deal, let's see, 30, 40, 120 damage to the wall.
All right, the wall goes off, and let's see if I've got a thing for Force Wall yet. Nope, I don't. Force Wall will do, let's see, 3d10 force damage.
Okay. That's okay, you don't have to roll it.
Okay, 16.
No, that's fine. So and that's to everything adjacent to the wall?
Everything right up next to the wall.
Okay, so that'll take
those
out
2 guys.
Wraith 2 and Sea Wraith. So yeah, you see those 2 like just run up to the wall and they just like tear into it like it's nothing. They do a ton of damage against structures.
Okay, good to know. So there we go. Wall is down.
Yep. So that was C. That takes us to D Wraith, who will 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Run over here and attack Orem. So Orem will take 40 necrotic and cold damage. 30 for the normal attack, and then 10 more for having another Wraith next to him.
All right, so I am almost bloodied.
Okay. That takes us to Wraith 4, who will, or a new Wraith 4 will spawn, and then that takes us to Cat.
All right. Is the zone around the is the circle around the fountain a zone?
No, that's just for
that's just
places where the wraiths can spawn.
Okay. Sorry, my staff has a minor action to get rid of a zone.
No. That's just for my own benefit, because if they can spawn anywhere within 2 squares, and if I don't put up the zone, I'll just every time have to be like 1, 2,
3 wraith zones.
Oh, why don't I have any decent zone attacks anymore?
Or you could teleport up there and do one of the checks.
No, then I'm just going to get swarmed.
Yeah, I mean,
Swarm.
Yeah, we'll revive your corpse. It'll be fine.
I mean, somebody will revive your corpse.
I mean, if there's any of us left.
I should have.
We definitely do
Oh.
not want your corpse near a bunch of wraiths.
Oh, wait. Is this a area?
It does
hey.
bring up an interesting question.
I have
Also, can you specify what those checks are?
Arcana,
What
Thievery,
checks?
and Religion.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Or as we like to call them, the no Sakar, you're not going to be helpful checks.
Well,
Is
the Sakar, you're going to have to run interference checks.
Yeah, we're leaving you to your strengths.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
Is Magic Missile still considered a ranged basic attack?
Yes.
Does it provoke opportunity attacks?
Doesn't
Yes.
say.
Yes, it does.
It's a
It does.
ranged attack.
Okay. Jog on over to here.
Okay.
Avoiding.
Sure. Throw it in squares.
Yep. I'm use a free action to take an extra minor action. Actually, this would be our milestone, isn't it?
Yes, at the end of
Yeah.
this, you guys will have reached a milestone. Those of you that live will have reached a milestone.
But not yet.
All right. I'm going to use a free action to activate my Ring of Free Time to get an extra minor action. I'm going to spend a minor action cursing these two dorks. What are next to me?
D&B.
Sure. There they are. There's a lot of stuff on my screen right now, and I can't read the names. And then I'm going to use another minor action to Earth Shock.
Okay.
Close burst 1, enemies in burst that are touching the ground. They are touching the ground, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
At least close enough.
That'll be a 45 versus Fortitude.
That'll miss.
That'll miss.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
This is their fortitude. Oh, crap. They are
Well, that's-
fortitudinal.
Their contact with the ground must be tenuous.
Disconcerting. Well, let me rethink my plans for a quick moment. Those two guys have already acted. Wraith 5 is next. I don't provoke opportunity attacks when I do ranged stuff. Where is EE Wraith? Is that one? Wraith 6 is that one? Sure. I'm going to awaken the dragon.
Okay.
Burst 1 within 10 squares. I'm center it between 5 and 6.
Okay. And you don't provoke for ranged attacks or for...
I do not provoke for ranged attacks. Staff mastery.
Cool.
Staff proficient. One of the staff feats. Staff
All right.
expertise.
Roll it.
39 versus will.
39 versus will not hit.
Yeah, I kind of didn't think so. I have +4 from the twig. Do we think a 43 would hit their will?
I don't know.
Say undead tend to have pretty high will saves or will
Yeah,
defenses.
they've also got a decent fort too.
What happens if we try it and it fails?
Yeah, they just
I
used
lose
it.
out on a thing that Randus gave me.
You
I mean,
lose
is this a
one
big enough-
nudge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and forgo it.
Okay. Does that do anything else? Make any zones or anything?
Nope, it's encounter. I would have gained temporary hit points if I hit.
Okay. What else?
That be move, minor, standard. No action point, so I'm done.
Okay. It's going to take us to Sakar.
Okay. So I do have my ability to drag things places. Can I drag them like through the party?
No.
Or do
No,
they...
every point of movement has to be through an unoccupied square. You also
Okay.
can't drag them through each other.
Okay. So in theory, if I were to, do one of my flippy dippy leap things over into this region over here somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I could pull the D Wraith and the B Wraith, or the D and the B, away from Cat, Randus, and Orem, but not Wraith 1.
It would be very difficult, but depending on where you jumped, you might be able to do it.
You would have to go very far to the top to be
How
able
far?
to pull it past.
You'd have to be like around where Little Sparkle is, I think.
You would have to be further above it than you would be past us or to the right.
Yeah.
Because the only way to get it, actually, no. Hold on. You would just need to make sure that you are further right than above it, so you can move it under Orem and then move it above Randus on the next square, and then you'd
So-
be able to pull it that far or there.
Where would I need to be?
That's a good question. What's the range on your pull? 3,
4.
4?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here.
Here? So if I'm pulling a 4 there, am I not also going to get Wraiths 4 and 5?
You would get Wraiths 4 and 5, it looks like, yes.
So
The big question,
here.
I think, so that doesn't quite work with Wraith D would be in the way for you to be able to pull Wraith 1.
Still, that would be pretty good in terms of clearing a path.
Yeah.
If they can't end up adjacent, does that prevent them from being pulled?
Adjacent? What do you mean?
The power specifies they must end adjacent.
Okay.
Yep.
So he just wouldn't move then.
What if instead 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rob's doing geometry.
Yeah. It's kind of both the benefit and the downside of such a tactical system.
Burst 4, pull 3. Okay. That's
Burst 4, pull 3.
If you want to get the ones off of us, I think you can go here and do it, and that pulls the 3 away from us. But
here?
Yeah, down there against the wall. Because you'd have 3 empty spaces that you could pull. B Wraith would be just above you, D Wraith would be on the diagonal between you and Randus, and Wraith 1 would be just to your left, and that would get all 3 of them off of us. However, I think you're better off pulling some of the ones that are going to be acting shortly after us instead, like Wraith 5 and 6, like I was trying to get rid of. If you go here, you can get 4, 5, 6, B, and D. And A, maybe.
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So how are you getting there?
I am leaping.
Okay. Is that a power?
With my primal leap.
All right. Does that specify anything against opportunity attacks?
Move action effect. You jump a number of squares equal to speed plus strength, or 16. It does not.
Okay. So that's going to provoke an opportunity attack. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So take 30 cold and necrotic.
Actually, I take 20.
Okay.
Because I
resist
can soak
both?
cold and necrotic.
Nice. That makes sense. You were a vampire.
Yeah.
Yep. I am full of vampire surprises. All right. So I'm going to leap over there. I'm going to get zapped by a zapplicator. I'm going to whip my sword around and draw in as many as I can. I'm going to pull them to positions adjacent to me.
Okay. So 4 will be up and to the left.
Here.
A will be up. 5 will be up and to the right. 6 will be to the right. B will be down and to the left. And D will be to the left.
That is an awesome, awesome use of that power.
This may be the best use of that power ever. Now let's hope I don't whiff.
This is definitely up there. I'm reasonably certain the only way you could do... I don't think we've done better than this one.
All right. So once they've been pulled, I make the following attack. 46 versus their AC.
46 is not going to hit.
Mother! Are you kidding me?
Goodbye, Sakar. It's been nice knowing you.
Hang on,
Yeah, seriously. Their defenses
I
are
might have
high.
something for this if he could survive.
I got a thing.
Freaking little
Anything.
soldier minions. Not very nice.
You still have a minor action, right? Do
I do.
you have anything that can just up your defenses for a minor?
That's what I'm looking at.
Can't you be a dwarf in a
Yeah,
minor
right.
action second wind?
Do you have any? Do you still have your action point?
Oh yeah, actually, if you have anything you could action point to that would hit all of them.
I used an action point in the last.
Mm.
So if I tried to attack all of them, does that mean I can mark all of them?
No, it doesn't.
Just
What you
mark
can
all
do
of
is,
them
as a
because
free
they're
action,
adjacent.
mark all of them.
Free action marking all of them.
Okay.
Is my free action.
Sounds good.
All right. I am going to.
Do you have a minor
Huh.
action that can teleport out of there? You got your exploding
minor?
boots.
Do you have the exploding boots?
Oh yeah.
Darn.
No, I don't have the exploding boots any longer. They were eaten by frogs.
That tracks.
Hang on. I know I'm trying to think, but it's just stupid. Acrobat Reader won't open, so I'm actually literally having to look at this in Photoshop. Not at all annoyed about that. So, Rodrigo,
Mhm.
creatures
Turn on
hitting
the
me
opacity.
with
What?
creatures hitting me with cold and necrotic aren't necessarily immune to cold and necrotic, right?
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay, so I'm going to infuse my shadow with the essence of the Shadowfell, so that enemies that start their turn adjacent to me immediately take 2d cold and necrotic damage. 2d10.
Wow.
They automatically
pretty
take the
good.
damage, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's great.
All right.
Do we want to do a
Yeah.
knowledge check to see if that's
I
gonna
don't think
work?
he has the actions to do so.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't think
right.
Yeah, is that a
I forget
daily
those
or
take act-
encounter?
It is a daily. Yeah, it would
Eh,
require a
it's
standard
still-
action.
Might.
I say worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it requires a standard action to do, though.
Oh.
Oh.
Well then.
Well,
Oh, then no.
that's not.
Damn it. Why,
Does it really
why do I
require a
gotta be-
standard?
Huh?
Is it part of an attack?
It is an effect of my magical mystery ring. Power daily cold necrotic standard action. Infuse your
Yeah.
shadow.
Well, that'll do it.
Yep.
Probably because they can obliterate minions.
Yes.
Well,
Do any
maybe
of
next
your
turn.
items have a minor action that would be potentially useful throughout the fight, just to get a few extra temporary hit points on you?
I can become invisible and shift 4 squares.
Hey. Do that.
As a minor action?
Free action.
No, there you go.
Is there a
I'm
trigger
going to turn
on that, or is it
invisible
just
and shift 4 squares. You remember on the train a million years ago, I started turning transparent and I learned how to turn invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally do that. I almost never do because I'm really, really bad at D&D. But I have the ability to do that. So I think at this point, I'd like to do that.
Is this
I'm going
a
to
class
turn
feature?
invisible.
A race.
Let me make sure of one thing. It says you use, and I did use, even though I didn't hit, but I did use the power. So yes, I can do this. Ha! All right, where should I be if I'm going to be 4 squares away and invisible and not get killed?
So what are you
Does
using?
it matter? Does
Here.
it matter? Here?
between the slimes and the rest of the party?
So here.
Yes.
Can I do that?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Boop. 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 Boop.
All right. Does being invisible grant me any type of advantage?
Yeah, you're harder to hit.
Awesome. All right. So Sakaar totally whiffs that attack, realizes he's in deep sheep dip, and just
Although, I would keep in mind these are minions that don't roll to attack, so.
true. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't have one on all sides of me right now. There's
Yeah.
They-
So,
That's true.
not nearly as bad.
It's less
but
bad.
Still pretty bad.
He's also going to be able to take opportunity attacks for any of them that are trying to approach those of us they can see.
right because they are all marked.
Fair
Well,
enough.
anybody except for me, because approaching me is just.
Of course, the question then
shift over.
becomes: can I take those attacks more than once?
You can take an opportunity attack per
Yeah, per action.
turn,
that
per
triggers
action.
it.
Cool.
And you'll be able to take your immediate, because of the mark, at least once. Or once.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
cool, Jim.
Well, I think you still have a minor action if you got anything else.
Wow. I've never had a round go well and also bad at the same time.
That's
Welcome
that's what
to
you
my
get at epic
existence.
level. Like I said, you guys have a lot of ways of mitigating the normal problems that most D&D characters have. Like missing or taking damage. You know, the cornerstones of the game.
Right. The issues. The thing.
I mean, to be fair, the things that we're attacking have much higher defenses, and they do a lot more damage to us.
I have a thing that says until the stance ends. When does a stance end?
When you end it or when you get knocked unconscious.
So I can take a stance and get a +4 power bonus to speed, which I suppose is a good thing.
Yeah, if you want it.
Isn't that a daily?
No, it's a utility.
Yeah, but utilities are either encounter or daily. And
All right,
most
well.
stances, I believe, are dailies.
Oh, you're right. There's little clicky boxes.
And I don't know that you need speed right now. I think you mostly need to like be standing there. So I'd kind of this seems like Rodrigo's throwing us through a nasty gauntlet. So I would maybe save a little gas.
Okay. I swear to you, I've read my character sheet before right now. I totally have.
Yeah. It's, it's hard. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of. Want to pass
There
the
is.
turn?
Yeah, I'm going to call it.
Okay.
Mac and cheese and Tomb Raider.
That's going to move us to Wraith 5, who is marked. So, going to run over here.
Can he see me?
No, but these guys don't need to roll to attack, so he's just gonna auto hit you anyway.
Okay.
So he is going to deal 30 cold and necrotic plus 10 for each wraith that's adjacent to you. So that's going to be 60 cold and necrotic.
Okay. So if I soak it, I can only soak 10?
Yep.
Boo. I should be able to use that against each of them.
Well, you may have to use it against each of them.
Shut up.
That's going to put us to E-Wraith, who's all the way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to move over 1, 2, over here, and then charge Ket.
No charge, Ket.
Mhm.
And attack for 40 necrotic and cold.
He gonna die.
Okay.
Infernal Wrath. Trigger an enemy within 10 squares of me hits me. He takes 3d6 plus my charisma modifier, or int modifier damage.
Okay, that'll kill
And
it.
I took 30, you said?
40.
40.
Yep.
35, you said?
Sure. You've got both necrotic and cold at 5 at least?
Nope, I have resist all 5.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes.
You do.
All right. So that was E-Wraith. Wraith 6 is going to go 1, 2, 3. Yep, he's just going to come around here next to Sakar because he's marked. And we'll deal 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 cold and necrotic.
You mean 60?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to declare Healer's Momentum.
Okay.
So immediate reaction, enemy deals damage with an attack to one of my allies within 5 squares of me. I then can make an attack. 47 versus... 49 because I did... This is an arcane attack.
Okay.
With my tricks. So 49 versus AC.
That'll hit.
Excellent. So he would take some damage. 2 weapon plus...
Now that'll kill it.
Ally hit by the triggering attack roll can spend a healing surge with additional 7 hit points, my opponent restorables, and 2 other allies within 5 squares gain temporary hit points equal to their healing surge value. I'm thinking Orm and Ket.
Thank you.
Okay. So temporary
How much
hit
am I getting?
points.
39. Your surge
Healing surge value.
What type of hit? I was reading for prep other things. I did not hear what you said.
You get a temporary hit points equal to your healing surge value.
Dope. I have more hit
actually
points
get the
than
heat
my
deal,
life
right?
total.
Nice.
Okay.
That should be it.
So that was on that guy's turn. How much is Sakar healing?
His healing surge value plus 7.
So 71.
All right. That's like one whole attack.
So I thought it may be a good idea to let him get 1 hit before I do it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that's Wraith 6, which takes us to the second round of combat.
Oh boy.
Okay. Randus, would you like to teleport with me?
Sure.
Okay.
We're going closer to the fountain.
Yep, we're going to teleport on the other side of that fountain.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to use my Phase Step, and I'm going to use my Trailblazer, which allows me to take one person who's standing next to me with me.
Okay.
And since I've got those Eldrin boots, it allows me to move up to 10 spaces. So I'm going to take myself and Randus.
Eldrin boots as a general thing, as a property, add 2 to the maximum range of any teleport you make, other than that provided by these boots. Then it has a power, move action, teleport up to 5 squares, or up to 10 if you're an Eldrin. So if you use that power, you can't bring Randus along because that's not Phase Step. However, your Phase Step gets 2 extra squares of movement.
Yeah, so that's what, 7 then?
That would be 7, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would put me right here. So
Okay.
Do you still have the power? What lets you make a melee basic after you face step for the feat?
I don't know. I was looking for that. I don't see that.
It's called Eladrin Sword Mage Advance.
Oh, yeah, I do have it.
Might as well
so I might as
teleport
well
yourself
just... Yeah, I'm
next
just
to the
gonna,
Wraith and get a free attack then.
Yep, let me move right here, and Randus can move right here, and I'll do a melee basic attack against that guy, which is an epic fail.
Hang on a second. So you move up there, but Randus, how many squares of teleport do you have?
Well, if I have 5 plus 2, that's 7. Right. And I get to take one person with me. Trailblazer says, when you use your phase step power, you can also teleport one adjacent willing creature that is your size or smaller with you at the blank. That's where my thing runs out.
Yeah, it's you place the creature next to you. So yeah, actually you can place Randus in any square that's adjacent to you after you teleport.
There you go. But my hit against that guy failed. So that is that. So that's my move. Blah, blah, blah. So I guess I have an action still. So I might as well try to hit this guy with a...
does the standard action to break the fountain make an or provoke an opportunity?
No, it doesn't.
Attack?
It doesn't provoke. No.
Okay, so
and that is Wraith 3?
Yeah.
That is Wraith 3, yeah.
All right, so we need Arcana, Thievery, and Religion. My Religion's only 22.
You're doing the Arcana.
All right, let me do with an Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking the Arcana action
will do
to
the
disable the
Religion with his
fountain?
Insano int.
Yes, I'm doing the Arcana action against the fountain.
Okay.
I roll a 37.
It's not going to do it.
Can I do that again with an action point?
No.
Okay.
Not in this instance. That's only in skills challenges, unless you specifically have something.
Oh, you know what? I do actually have something that says on a something, I can reroll with a +2. Hold on. Let me see what that is.
If it's Wand of Accuracy.
No, I'm sorry. No, if it was Wand of Accuracy, no. No, sorry. That would have to be on an Arcana attack. Not that's the Feywild Spell Surge.
Oh, on an Arcane attack?
Yeah. Not a check, so.
Okay.
Yep, I think that's it. So, sorry, Randus, I brought you along because I figured you would be doing the Arcana, but...
Well, no, I still can.
Yeah, please do, whenever you get to it, at the end of the round.
Teleports Randus up there, then goes in and can't make heads or tails of how the fountain works.
Yeah, not yet at least. Is there anybody else who wants to get up there? Never mind. I suppose everybody can just move up there fairly easily, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be able to move up just on my regular move action.
Okay, then that's fine. I'm done.
Okay. So A-Wraith is going to come up here. Actually, he'll come down this way and attack Sakar for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 cold.
So 60.
Oh.
And Wraith 1.
Bloody you there?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Will come 1. Can't really get up there without provoking. So it'll just come down here and attack Sakar for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cold and necrotic.
So it depends
this brings up questions. If something says it is, hang on, an immediate reaction, use this power when you become bloodied.
Yeah, now's the time to do it.
Okay. So that brings up another question. When the power says use one of your encounter powers, does that mean any power on my sheet that says encounter?
Did you read the whole block?
Use one of your encounter powers. If you've reached at least one milestone, you can use an encounter power that you've already expended. If you use a power that has not already been expended, you didn't expend the use of the power. The reason I ask is that I have an encounter power that is tied to my sword. Does that count as an encounter power for purposes of triggering with the ring of Dragonborn Emperor when I'm bloodied?
What's the sword power?
Encounter power, standard action, close blast 3, creatures in the blast. The weapons level +3, reflex, blivity blue, versus reflex to hit.
Yeah, if it just says, does it just say encounter attack power or encounter power?
It says power, encounter, fire.
Okay, and read me the triggering thing again?
The Ring of Dragonborn Emperor. Use this power when you become bloodied. Use one of your encounter powers. If you've reached the blah, 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 you can use one you've already expended.
I'll allow it.
Cool.
Quick thing.
Uh-huh.
Instead of using a close blast, which is only going to get 3 of them,
Yeah, 3 of them at best.
how about we use that thing that drew them all to you to begin with?
Because I can't
We
use
haven't
that. We
reached
haven't
a
reached a
milestone
milestone yet.
Oh, it's the milestone thing. Never mind.
Yep.
I missed that part.
Yep.
My bad.
I can use.
Rob started cackling right when I said, "Make sure you read the whole thing," and then he didn't
All right,
hear the
so
last part.
My encounter powers. I got one creature, expended.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get 3 of them, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that they'll instantly regenerate next to the fountain, right?
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not instantly, but yeah.
But yeah, so the more that you can eliminate, the less pain we're going to take.
All right, so I'm going to Skrakow them with my sword. Do I get to pick which 3?
Well, you get
Sort of.
it's a close blast, so it's a square that kind of originates at a nearby point.
All right,
so it has to be like 3 in a row. So either like this guy, like centered on that guy, or centered on that guy, and that'll get you all 3. But so you have to pick either the 3 lateral ones or the 3 below you.
Let's do the 3 lateral ones.
Or you can swap it around, but then you'll get fewer of them.
Then again, if we do the 3 lateral ones, we can run towards the fountain and there'll be more of them. I don't think that there's a right answer here.
No.
I want to do the 3 lateral ones.
I will say this. If you get the 3 below you, you reduce the number that are threatening catch.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and... Is that an attack roll?
Attack. Close blast 3. Creatures in the blast. The weapons level +3 versus reflex hit.
Okay.
I should be in...
So is that just a standard attack roll?
So you roll a d20 plus the weapons level, right?
Right.
Yep.
The weapons level +3.
Where's 2?
Yep. So d20 plus weapons level +3.
He is dead at the moment.
Okay.
He will regenerate in a moment.
Okay. Then
2 is there.
So if the weapons level is 4, it's d20 plus 7.
I see him.
Hang on a second. What's the weapon called?
Flame Tongue Short Sword. +4.
So the level of this weapon is 20. So you roll a d20 plus 23.
Thank you. Oh, that's what that 20 means.
Yeah.
Oh, the 20. Okay, I'm looking up rather than down. I'm stupid.
I mean, levels, enhancement bonuses. There's a lot of numbers to keep track of.
Yep.
This might miss.
What is the target?
35 versus reflex.
That will miss.
I hate everything.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Yeah, I mean, if you consider that you did it on someone else's turn.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right. Anything else for being bloodied?
Yeah. I can turn into a super vampire.
Okay.
I'm going to totally do that. I'm going to use my lifeblood power, which triggers my crimson death power. So I have a power bonus to speed. I have dark vision. And when I hit enemies with a basic attack that take ongoing blibbity blue, I have combat advantage against the enemies taking ongoing, but I also gain hit points if I'm near them. So yeah, I'm now a big red super vampire. That's fun.
All right. Well, that's Wraith 1's turn, which is going to take us to Little Sparkle.
All right, then I am going to move up 6 to get right next to the fountain. So to here. And I'm going to try to thievery it.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not a good roll, though.
Oh, no.
I've got
31?
a 31. Yep.
31 is not going to meet it.
Yep.
Well,
I will use then always a natural to re-roll that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Into a 40.
Oof, better.
40 will succeed.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
All right. So that is going to basically Little Sparkle is going to reach down there and try to turn off the tap.
Ooh, chilly.
It is in fact very chilly. So chilly, in fact, that Little Sparkle, after she messes with it, when she pulls her hands out, they are freezing cold, and that cold seeps into her body stunning her until the end of her next turn.
Ooh,
Oh, ouchie.
brutal.
Mean.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, then. Good luck, guys.
All right. That is going to take us to B-Wraith, who is over here with Sakar, and is
Yes.
going to attack Sakar for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cold and necrotic.
That's a lot of cold and necrotic. It's a little less than it should be. What was my defenses?
Yeah.
Was that considered a hit?
That is considered a hit. It's an attack and it hits.
So as an immediate reaction, can I use the power against that adjacent enemy who hits me?
If that's what it says, yeah.
So does that happen before I take the damage?
Have you already done a reaction?
That depends. Oh, have you already taken an immediate?
Which I think he just did.
He
the
just
last
did
guy,
when he
right?
went bloody.
Yeah, the ring
Yep.
is an immediate
So
interrupt.
if it's an immediate, then no.
Oh,
If it's like a free action, then yes.
it is an immediate.
So no, then.
Well, friends.
It was worth a try. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am down.
Look out, cat.
That was B-Wraith. That's going to take us to Wraith 2. Once roll 20 wakes up. There we go. Good morning. Wraith 2 will materialize here, which will take us to Randus.
Okay.
Arcana that fountain up there,
Oh.
Randus.
Well,
Religion, that fountain up.
Oh, okay.
Rodrigo?
There are two of us,
Yes.
two other people who can actually make the Arcana check if we roll
Yeah.
decently.
All right.
Whereas Randus is the only one that can really make an religion check.
All right.
Matthew?
Is it
First,
too late to realize that I have epic tenacity?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, epic tenacity, no action. You drop to 0 hit points or fewer. You regain hit points as if you'd spend a healing surge and gain a power bonus to all defenses till the end of your next turn.
Okay. So remember to take yourself to 0 before spending the healing surge.
Okay. So that's going to make me alive for a second, and then the next attack will probably drop me again. But I'm alive for a second.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Okay. So now to
Okay.
Randus.
all right. First, Kiefer's Prescience. 4 and 11. Not bad. Could be a good whiff buffer. Then, secondly, minor action. I'm going to do a healing word, which I can target 2 people. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do Orm and Sakar.
Thank you.
So just roll a 66 once and apply to both.
Seems like the right people.
So healing surge value plus 22 plus 7. So healing surge value plus 9 or 29. Sorry.
Wow.
Okay.
That is a daily for me, but there you go. And you do have to spend the healing surges, both of you.
Okay.
Yes. You spend a healing surge?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Does that unbloody Sakar?
It does, yes.
And healing surges stack or not stack?
They
Or
do.
I mean, but temporary hit points stack.
Yeah.
go in a
Temporary
separate
hit
bucket.
points go in a different bucket.
Oh, right. So these are just regular hit points then.
These are regular
Yes.
hit points.
Okay.
So assuming nothing's
This
hit
is just-
you should still have the temporary hit points you
Yes.
had earlier.
Right,
Which you
correct.
put in a different bucket.
Which I did put in a different bucket. Correct.
So in the space of a second, I was bloodied, then down, then up, now non-bloodied.
I'm
I
back
love
up.
this
I'm
game.
back up to full. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
inch
What
break.
else there for Randus?
Trying to decide if there's anything I want to do with my move action before I do anything else. Don't know if I need to be flying around, but I think I'll just hold on to that and then try to religious up the fountain.
Okay.
Wow, nat 20.
Hey!
All right.
That tracks.
Probably a
Yes,
success.
Randus feels the dark essences around the fountain and is able to quiet them down. However, similarly, the cold seeps into his body, stunning him until the end of his next turn.
I think my anti-stun things are started turn triggers. Let me double check. So would I be able to get around that with an action point?
Tell me more.
If I just spend an action point to do
No,
my
I
standard?
don't. I don't think so. I don't think you can.
No.
I don't think so. Let's go to the rules.
That one.
I want to say no. I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but let's see if there is a specific ruling.
Just look up stun specifically, because I think that's just going to say you can't use actions.
Yeah, stunned is a condition. You grant combat advantage. You can't take actions. So, no, you can't take actions.
All right. And checking something else. Oh, yep. Okay, so I think I have to just wait because superior will. In addition, if you are dazed or stunned, you can make a saving throw at the start of your turn to end the effect, even if the effect doesn't normally end on a save.
Yeah, so at the beginning of your turn, you could get that action back.
I will just wait then, I guess, because I don't have any other option.
All right. I mean, presumably you'd want to use it at the beginning of your next turn anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that's going to take us to Wraith 3, who is over there with Orem. Yeah, he'll just take a whack at Orem.
How you doing?
Take 30 cold and necrotic.
All right, but if I only have like resist 5 necrotic, I still have to take the whole thing, right?
You have to take the whole thing, yeah.
All right, minus 30.
That's going to take us to Sea Wraith, who is going to materialize here. And that's going to take us to D Wraith, who is down here. And we'll take a hack at Sakar for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cold damage. Cold and necrotic.
So 70.
Yeah.
I am bloodied again.
Oh,
okay.
Does that immediate reaction kick in again?
Well, he hasn't taken his turn yet, has he? Nope.
He hasn't taken his turn.
Oh, okay. So he has to take a turn, and then that resets that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those. I mean, well, one of them, I believe, is it says free action. But yeah.
Yeah. If it's a free action and it triggers on being bloodied, you can do it.
Yep. I can be a super vampire again until I get knocked out.
Well, that was already on.
Right.
Okay, that's going to take us to Wraith 4, who is going to do the same thing, I believe, for the same amount of damage, so 80 cold and necrotic.
You mean 70?
I mean, does that keep you standing?
I am standing.
Okay.
But
and that'll take us to Ket.
Go, Ket, go.
All right. I'm gonna curse the 2 closest to me. 1 and A, I guess.
What do you plan on doing with your standard?
A Arcana check.
Okay. Well, then why not? They'll just be cursed for later.
Which ones are you cursing?
1 and A.
Okay. Give me just 1 second.
All right. Then I'm going to use Diabolic Escape.
Okay.
Close burst 1, move action, target each enemy in burst. Each target gains vulnerable 5 fire until the start of my next turn. I then teleport up to 10 squares.
Okay.
Yeah, run away. Hang out with Randus. Also, Hellfire Teleport. Once per turn, when I teleport, I deal 5 plus my Charisma or Int modifier damage to each enemy in or adjacent to the square I left. So that will be 10 damage to all 3. They'll technically 15 because it's fire damage, and they just got vulnerable 5 fire.
So that'll be 1A and 5, right?
Yep. Curses will proc. I will do vestiges. My vestiges go away at the end of the encounter unless it's one of the specific ones that I've got tagged through feats and base class, right? Okay.
Yep.
So I will do Vestige of Larash. Living plants are going to temporarily grow around me. Till the end of my next turn, I have cover against attackers that are not adjacent to me.
Okay.
And Vestige of Eladir for the other one. Or the Eladir Pact Boon. 1 ally adjacent to me gains a +2 bonus to all defenses until the end of my next turn.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to make an Arcana check.
Do you want to? I don't know. Do you have an action point?
I do not.
That's right. That was a religion
never
check
mind.
before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good luck.
You can do this.
Yeah, this is going to be a long shot because my Arcana is 5 higher than that. Stupid character builder. Still not great. But yes. Little robot lizard is going to check out the fountain.
Okay.
38. That's less than Orem's, wasn't it?
No, I think I had a 31.
But 38 is in fact
37.
too low.
Yeah, I had a 37.
Ah.
So I think it's either 39 or 40.
Well, it'd have to be. Yeah.
We know it's 40 for sure, but 39 maybe.
Did I have anything else I could have?
You want to borrow my wand of accuracy?
Juiced it up. That's a weird move.
That's why I didn't want to use the minor action to curse.
Oh, you had a
I could have used
Oh.
Speak with Spirits to get +3.
Darn. Okay. Actually,
I
had
knew
a
there was
thought.
something in this mass of nonsense.
Hmm.
Nope, that'll be me.
Okay, we'll go to Sakar.
Can I use a minor in place of a move action?
Yes.
hmm
I feel like I knew
You can always
that.
downgrade.
That's what I thought. All right. So first thing, minor action, Iron Resurgence. I'm
Rawr.
going to lose the healing surge, but gain 2 healing surges, blah. I'm going to unbloody myself because I'm tired of this bloodiness crap with the thing. Then, minor action, I'm going to catch fire. Swoosh. In a very gross sort of way. It's sort of like if you put a tree on a barbecue, just poof. And then summer fire attack. All 3 of these schmucks. Because I'm tired of them. They're on my last nerve. I'm an old vampire. I just don't have time for their nonsense.
What's the range on that attack? So close.
It is a close burst to,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Yes, close burst to each enemy in burst. A burst goes all directions. Is that correct?
Mhm. Yep. A burst
Hey.
has you in the middle.
Great. And it's a 47. Yeah, that's a good number.
Versus what?
Reflex.
That'll hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did I get him?
Yeah.
Finally? These
Hey,
guys
we
have
found
been...
their low defense.
Yeah, but they've been all up in my headband for like 2 rounds now, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of them.
All right.
I burst them.
So that's 2 curses that go off.
That's going to be another +2 defenses to Randus and another +2 defenses to Randus because
Do they stack?
I
they
don't think
do in
stack.
fact stack, and my
Oh, they
other
do.
option is temp hit points at this point, which would not
Not
be
stack.
good because I have 45 temp hit points.
Okay.
Now, if only they rolled.
Yep. So not terribly useful, but hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What else there for Sakar?
Well, if it turns a move into a minor and a standard, then that would pretty much be everything for Sakar.
Okay.
I'm not going to die this round. Maybe.
Yay.
Possibly.
You already used a move, you said?
Yeah, I cashed in my move to do the initial minor to heal myself, minor
okay.
to catch on fire, and then a standard attack with the fire. I would have used the fire earlier, but I neglected to set myself on fire in the first round, which I should have done. I've been playing Critical Hit long enough to know that you need to set yourself on fire as early as possible.
Yeah.
That's why I did it to you the very first time I showed up.
Wraith 5 will materialize here. Which takes us to E-Wraith, the electronic wraith of the future.
Dun,
Which
dun,
will
dun, 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 dun.
materialize, let's say here.
Is anyone over there
And-
still conscious?
Wraith
Ket and Orem.
6 will appear here.
All right. Well, I'll probably die on this one.
And that
Well.
takes us to the 3rd round of combat.
If I wasn't stunned, I'd be able to get away from them.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
Do you have an action point?
I do have an action point.
You got something that can burst these guys off
I
of
do
you
have
before?
something that can burst everybody off. The Supreme Glorious Presence, radiant damage. I don't know if that should work on these guys.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah.
not?
All right, so let's do I have it here in my... Oh, first I got to double check to make sure I have it prepped for today.
Oh no. It's been like a
Uh,
week since this day started.
That's
Yes,
Supreme
I do.
Glorious Presence is an encounter.
Yes, it is an
so
encounter, so yes,
don't
I
have to
can do
prep it.
that. Yes, I had to double check. Let's see. That is, not 22, 28. All right, let's hope that this works. This is close burst 3, each enemy in burst.
Wow.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Whoa!
Oh,
Nice.
So
did you just
Yay.
nuke him?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Did he get
1,
everybody?
2, 3. He did not get Wraith 2.
Oh, but so close.
Yeah, but he got everybody else.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful
Also-
moment for Orem.
Also, you and each ally in the burst gain temporary hit points equal to your wisdom modifier plus 1/2 your level.
Boom.
Okay.
What is that?
Temporary hit points for everybody but Cigar.
Yeah, well, that's why I was wondering if you could run.
Keep the Randus ones, if you don't mind.
All right.
He doesn't get a say.
So that is.
But that's nice of you to run it by him.
There's more Randus ones.
So wisdom modifier.
Okay, so what
15
does that
plus
look
half
like?
level. Oh man, there is just a. You hear me just mutter, "Oh, Corlon," in my pocket. I know you can hear me, and we haven't talked for a long time. But now would be a good time for you to answer my prayers. And a golden light streaks down from the heavens and strikes me, and you just see this from a wide shot. You just see this ball kind of blow up, and you see the little clouds start to form, and everything just goes blah, really white very quickly. And then it dims down, and everybody's rubbing their eyes and going, "Hey, there's only one ghost standing."
Yeah.
And then I say, I will use my action point to do my Arcana check here.
Do you have any abilities that you can use to pump it up a little bit at all?
Pump up my Arcana. I don't think I do.
I don't think he does.
Okay.
Like I said, if it was an Arcana attack, yes, then I had
Yeah.
then I have that reroll. But here we go. 48.
Oh, nice.
48 will
That
succeed.
should be good. Yeah.
I would say if that failed, then we were doomed.
All right. The fountain turns off.
Minor action, shoot that other ghost.
I don't think we'd be
Pew, pew.
doomed. They'd all have to spawn first.
I don't think you have a
Look,
minor action
I-
after you do an action point.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
yeah, that's after a charge,
But
is what you're thinking.
17 force damage on the ghost. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, unfortunately, you should have probably done that first.
Yeah, that's all right.
yeah,
Because when you reach in to the arcane
Oh.
wellspring of the fountain, although
yeah,
you
yeah,
manage to shut it off, it stuns you.
Okay. Oh, I should have learned from others' mistakes. Actually, oh no, wait, that was Seven Owls Wise had a thing about learning from past mistakes.
Yeah, Orem doesn't learn.
No, he sees two of his friends reach in and instantly freeze, and then he does the same thing. Why not? I hope
he's
one
part
of
of
these
the
days they all
party
jump
now.
off the edge of a cliff because I will follow. Unfortunately, I do no longer have Featherfall, so
I'm just going to say that Orem has better sense than that and does that backwards.
yes, there we go.
just so we can end this.
Well,
I don't know. Orem not learning from everybody else's mistakes seems pretty in character.
Whichever, that's fine.
I guess it's, the thing is off, so we'll say no. Orem didn't do it right. So that's going to take us to a Wraith who doesn't come back. Wraith 1 who doesn't come back. Little Sparkle is stunned, so you can be
Yeah.
unstunned now.
Woohoo!
At the end of this, you shake off the cold.
All right.
B Wraith, not come back. Wraith number 2. So Wraith
Oh,
number
I did
2
that.
is going to come over here and deal 30 cold and necrotic to Little Sparkle, which will take us to Randus, who is stunned, but he gets to get unstunned.
I can try. So, is my keeper's
that's true.
prescience? Would that happen before?
I'll let you
or after?
roll it ahead.
Okay, because otherwise, would I still have the other one to use if need be?
Yeah, you can bank it.
Well, a 5, so not so much there, but I will try my saving throw to shake off the stun, and I do get a +5 bonus because of my tricks of knowledge.
Oh.
Oh, wow, barely.
And you need it. All right, you shake off the stun.
Okay. What do I think maybe just try a
Something with force.
magic weapon? Well, let's see.
Chuck a rock at his head.
Yeah.
Magic weapon seems good because it gives me a bonus to hit him if you miss.
No, if I miss, you don't get the
Or
bonus.
no. Right.
But it is a slightly more accurate attack because it has an innate +1 to the attack. So I'll try that. Also with a +2 because of my tricks of knowledge. Wow, nat 20.
All right,
There you
that'll
go.
do it.
Yay.
Randus, who is sitting there frozen, just turns into a different Randus who is not frozen and shoots the Wraith
Nice.
One-
with his
3 arms.
crossbow.
Wait, what?
His internal heatings just went off.
It's a different version of him from a different timeline.
I was just questioning the 3 arms.
Well, he's already making the replacement arms. Why not have extra?
Do you want to have 3 arms now, Brian?
No, that's all right.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to have 8 arms, Brian? The more you have, the more ways he has to mess you up later down the line.
I mean, it just means more weapons that you can hold, right?
It means more
Not in
limbs
this
for
game.
Randus to lose.
Yeah.
Call
see?
me Octavius, do you think?
All right, that's gonna kick us out of combat.
Oof. All right.
Yay.
Bef-
No, my temporary hit points.
Oh, right. How many temporary hit points did I have?
Well, you got
0 now.
29 from me, but
Yeah,
now that we're
that-
not.
Oh, so no, because I took 30, so that
Oh,
means I
right.
only actually took 1. I just
nice.
forgot about them.
Maybe we should just move on out of this area.
Yeah.
Sakar, come on. Hurry.
All right.
All right, you guys get to running.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, you guys get to
started.
running out of that area.
Yeah, we do. And we run right out of time for this episode this week. Thank you so much for everybody who listens. Thank you to everyone who's a patron at patreon.com/majorspoilers. Good thing for you is you get to hear next week's episode ahead of everyone else when you are a patron at the silver level and higher. And for everyone else, I guess we'll have to see what happens next week right here on Critical Hit. So, until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.